Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Montgomery on the counter. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now Fields. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Touchdown Bears! And boy, see, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. On 1st and 10, Kelly. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
To throw again on 2nd down. Kelly. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Kelly to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action, it's Kelly. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Kelly. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's Reagor. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Kelly. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, they'll roll him out right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. On play action, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on a punt as he sends this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A play fake. Now Kelly steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Fields on first down.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Fields on third down.
He's got his tight end, Burton.
And he will have the Bears first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there on the catch and run. Now a first down carry by Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Kelly. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Quick throw complete.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. To throw, Kelly. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run the counter. It's Montgomery. Sheds off the tackle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. On the carry, it's Montgomery. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Eagles 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
Here's Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This ball complete to Rager. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Kelly. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can't go with try and go with the quicker?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Off play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got Burton here. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. This one into the hands of Burton. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead. But now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick-6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. He'll buy some time right. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Now a first down throw, Fields. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 11. To throw is Kelly. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing,
and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Kelly to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
One play action. Fields. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Kelly. And that will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is Fields. And this is caught by Watkins.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st down, it's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Now it's Fields.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick-6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here's Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. A throw down the field caught by his running back. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. This is Smith with a grab. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Jones.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll try to run with Sanders. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Philadelphia, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee